American Champion Aircraft is celebrating their 25th year at the Oshkosh Air Show with the introduction of the 210 horsepower Extreme Decathlon. This aircraft is a very worthy successor to the Super Decathlon and adds to our line of classic aircraft that fills the diverse needs of customers around the world. And here's what some loyal and satisfied customers have to say about the American Champion product line.
Well, I fly the American Champion Super Decathlon, and I've been flying these products since 1970. The one I've got right now I've had for 48 hours. I just got a new one, and yeah, brand new. And I keep new ones to demo and air shows and use my flight school. I run an aerobatic school. I had a midlife crisis about 10 years ago and quit a perfectly good corporate flying job to go full time with this product and fly air shows in the decathlon and run an aerobatic school. One thing I like about it is I fly it every day and it runs and it's not broken. The airplane's very low maintenance. It's dependable. So when I go out and fly it, it's ready. But what I really love about the airplane, it is the basic aerobatic airplane to fly. There's really nothing to compare with it. It's the perfect airplane to learn in. It's not too quick, but it's not slow. You know, it's not twitchy. It's a safe airplane, but it does the spins and everything quite well. Everything does outside loops and stuff like that. So there's, you know, you're never going to run out of things to do with a Super Decathlon. I've tried other airplanes, but you know, really nothing fits the price, the maneuverability. You got an airplane that you can do air shows in low level, or you can just go up to basic aerobatics, or you just fly it and go get a hamburger somewhere. My wife and I used to go to the Mountain Star cabin, put the dog in the back. Like a Swiss Army knife, you know, this is one to have. It goes cross country, it does aerobatics, it's fun to do touch and goes in. That's what I like about the airplane. It's a good first airplane. It's a good airplane to buy if you don't fly tailwheel, because it's a very easy tailwheel airplane to fly. It's got a lot of control because it's an aerobatic airplane, and it's got very good visibility over the nose. So I also teach tailwheel flying at my school and specialize in that, and it's the plane to learn in.
Building on the tradition of the Super Decathlon, American Champion Aircraft is pleased and proud to announce the release of the all-new 210 horsepower Extreme Decathlon.
It all started with a bigger engine. There you go. We're one of the first to have an AEIO 390 in our aircraft, which is pretty much the largest four-cylinder fuel-injected gas-powered aerobatic engine available. Lycoming recently approved the AEIO version, which is AE stands for aerobatic engine, ironically, of their new 390 series of engines, producing 210 horsepower in a four-cylinder format. With that opportunity arising, we were able to take various items from the recently certified non-aerobatic engine IO390 that we put in the Scout bush plane product line. So it was very easy to facilitate the new engine.
Hey, this engine weighs more. New gear legs. Okay, you may say big deal. Well, we pulled out a significant amount of weight, raised it, bigger propeller, gear legs. That's how these things progress.
The airplane in its current configuration is 1328 empty weight, and it has an aerobatic gross weight of 1,800 pounds and a normal category gross weight of 1,950.
We hit some other weight-saving devices. We hit some tail, and I'll I'll jabber about that in just a minute.
The Extreme, a variant of the Decathlon, features the Lycoming AEIO 390 A1B6 engine paired with an MT 76-inch propeller. The jump to 210 horsepower, combined with extensive weight reduction, provides a new level of aerobatic performance.
There's not a pilot alive who doesn't want that extra power. And I personally believe that the extra power in the Decathlon, while it's not absolutely necessary, I just think it would make it so much nicer, particularly when it can, the people we've got training for competition, for argument's sake, doing sportsmen, of course, when they get through sportsmen, they want that next higher level. I personally believe it's the world's best aerobatic trainer. That's my confidence in it, you know. You can't fly the Decathlon for very long before you're really hooked on it. I think it's just I think it's going to be a fine plane.
Primarily, we're selling the American Champion line, of course, and Decathlons because of the aerobatic capability. We also sell a lot of backcountry type aircraft. The High Country Explorer has been a star at our dealership because of its backcountry capabilities. This has a superior Vantage engine, 180 horsepower. It's very smooth and very powerful. The early models, when they first came out, they put them on a dyno before they shipped them. And the first one we had in dyno did 187 horsepower, so it's got all the performance they say it has and more. The High Country Explorer is a little bit lighter than a Scout. It still has a good useful load at 650 pounds. It's aerobatic, whereas the Scout is not, and it's easier to move around. They enjoy the ease of getting in and out of the aircraft. They enjoy the environmentals. It's got a wonderful heating system in it. It's got great ventilation. We've got a full opening left window that allows a lot of air. You can shoot great air-to-air photos out of that, or air-to-ground photos. They love the performance of it. Sea level gross, you're going to see over 1,300 feet a minute climb rate. And yet the cruise is still up there 130 to 135 miles an hour, so you can go places in the airplane without having to retire first. It's not uncommon for people to fly 3.5 hours, still have good reserve. It just makes a wonderful airplane for backcountry flying. We've had a lot of fun going into backcountry strips in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, and Marble, Colorado. Some of these out-of-the-way strips are up in the high mountains, short strips that most people never see. Spectacular scenery and good times. It's just a wonderful airplane for just getting out and seeing the world.
The Denali Scout, a variation of the 8 GCBC, features the Lycoming IO390A1B6 engine paired with an MT 80-inch propeller. The jump to 210 horsepower from 180 horsepower provides exceptional short field and climb performance. Tundra tires and Vortex generators are common options that further increase the utility of this powerful airplane.
All of the clients that I demonstrate the airplane to, without exception, love the ease of getting in and out of the airplane. Our cockpit is 4 inches wider than most of the other products. It doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot. They like how easy it is to land, how easy it is to insure. And they like the long range of the Denali, 70 gallons of fuel. A lot of people say, well, I don't need to sit in the airplane for 7 hours. But that's not what it does. It will do that, but it gets you further into the bush and further out. It's where our range is at least 40% better than our competition. And a lot of our customers really like that because they're flying in Alaska, they're flying in Canada, where fuel is scarce, and they like that about the airplane. And our internal baggage compartment is very popular because you can carry 2x4s in this airplane inside. There isn't another airplane here that I know of in production that'll do that. In the last 12 months, we've added LED lights to the airplane. We started out with one wing and the nose, and now we're doing both wings, both landing and taxi lights in both wings with pulse capability. That's the wig-wag back and forth. The wig-wag is important for recognition, other airplanes, so it helps other airplanes identify you, and we find it to be very useful in our float operations in Canada and Alaska. Of all the things when I deliver the airplane, people ask me, what have I noticed the most? Performance, of course, but it's smooth.
Contact American Champion Aircraft today to talk about finding the right airplane for you.